Hi, and thanks for taking the time to learn about NAMI walks in Kansas. This is the 2010 affiliate guide to the NAMI walk. To get started, let's talk about how the walk benefits local affiliates. First of all, the walk is our avenue for getting the word out about mental illness and showing that we're not afraid to talk about it, and we're going to go ahead and fight the stigma that goes along with mental illness. It's an opportunity for us to educate everyone that we can about mental illness, about NAMI, about our programs, about all the things that we do. The walk is a way for us to get the NAMI name recognized and respected in our communities. Every time that we talk about the walk and we talk about NAMI programs, we're getting our name out so that the next time that we say that name, someone recognizes it. Often we're told, well, what's NAMI? We don't know what a NAMI is. What does NAMI do? The more we talk about it, the more people are going to recognize it, and the more willing they will be to contribute or take part in what we're doing. The walk is a great tool for marketing programs and membership, and we'll talk more about this here in just a little bit. I don't know how many of you came to NAMI just by stumbling onto it blindly, but usually most people hear about NAMI by a testimony of someone else who's been affected. And sharing your story has the same impact on other people's lives. So as you talk to people about the walk and you ask them to contribute or to participate in your team, you're sharing your story and you're giving hope to other people. If your affiliate decides to work together as a team, it can benefit your affiliate members by being closer as they work together. Or if your affiliate's large enough to have several teams, you get the benefit of friendly competition. And of course, your affiliate shares in the profits. 40% of what you raise stays with your local affiliate for your programs at your discretion. So why do we walk? Well, there are two goals. One, of course, is getting awareness out, awareness about our programs, awareness about our advocacy efforts, awareness about mental illness in general. The other, of course, is fundraising. Now, these two goals aren't independent. They actually work together, and we'll talk about that. If we look at the two goals separately, we have awareness on one side and the money on the other. Those two things both fuel our programs, so the more awareness we raise, the more interest we get in our programs, the more people participate. And the more money we raise, the more programs we can afford to do. And our programs really are limited by our budget, so these two things are pretty important. Now, as we get people into our programs and they hear more about NAMI and they get interested, then we ask them about becoming a member. And maybe they want to become a member, or maybe they have family members or friends who want to become members. And as they do that, they spread more awareness because they talk to people about what they're learning and how it's helping their life, and they generate more money, not only through their membership dues, but by becoming involved in things like the walk. I think it's important that we talk about program costs. I'm not sure that everyone really has an appreciation for what it costs for us to do these programs. So, to begin, In Our Own Voice is our most affordable program. It costs about $75 per presentation. We do about 40 of those a year, at least in the last fiscal year. Family to Family costs about $500 per class. And just to put that in perspective, we had about 12 scheduled so far in fiscal year 10, so probably be more by the time the fiscal year is completed. Peer-to-peer costs about $2,000 per class. Obviously, we have less of those classes due to the high cost. Now, teacher trainings has a big question mark beside it, and that's because it really varies depending on where the class is held, how many people are participating, and what other auxiliary costs are involved. But they're pretty expensive. And then you can't forget recruitment, marketing materials, mileage tolls, all those different things that go into all these programs. These are the 2010 NAMI Walks financial goals. The overall total goal is $105,000. $40,000 of that is supposed to come from corporate sponsors. Now, I'll tell you that in 2010, that's going to be a real challenge. We have historically relied on drug companies and community mental health centers. And as we all know, community mental health centers' budgets have been slashed again. And drug companies are under a lot of scrutiny for how they give out their sponsorships. So we're really having to cultivate some new sponsors. Now, that's good and bad. On the bad side, it means we're scrambling. And we need some help. And what that means for each of you is that we need to know who you know in your communities, because these corporate sponsors are a lot more likely to give if they know someone who's been personally affected. Now, this is also good because it gives us a chance to get into some areas that we haven't gotten into before. Not only can we talk to these corporate sponsors about giving to the walk, but we can talk to them about our programs and try to get the word out to their employees through this sponsorship. It gives us an avenue to get into those employees and let them know that these programs exist, because we know that about 25% of them are affected in some way. So this is not necessarily all a bad thing, but it does mean we have a lot of work ahead of us. Now, the affiliate goal, the total goal is $60,000 plus. That breaks down to an average amount of $5,000 per affiliate. At least that should be the goal for each affiliate. This is usually when people kind of start to freak out, get a little worried about how they're going to raise $5,000. National tells us that the model is to create 5 10-person walk teams with a goal that each team raise $1,000 apiece. Now, that seems a little daunting to some affiliates, especially smaller ones. But what you need to keep in mind is that these walk teams don't have to be composed only of affiliate members. Maybe one of your affiliate members happens to be really involved in their church, and they're willing to start a church team. Or maybe they're really involved in a civic club like the Rotary or Kiwanis or something like that, and they have a pool of people to recruit from. I would really advise you to look around and see in your community what resources do you have for people that might be interested in learning more about NAMI and about our programs. Your local mental health center might be the source of a team, a local CRO, any of those kinds of places. One of the things that you can also do, and some affiliates have been very successful with it, is to ask for matching grants from local businesses. Walmart in particular is well known for doing this kind of thing. A lot of times we'll match up to $1,000. There's a protocol for that, and at your affiliate meeting you'll be given some instructions on how to do this and a list of local Walmarts and Sam's Clubs in your area. It just takes a little follow-through on your part. If you register online and all your team members register online, it really is proven to get a larger amount of donations. Not only does it give people another option for donating besides writing a check or giving you the money they happen to have in their pocket, when they register online, or when you register online and they give online, they're using a credit card. People are more likely to give a little more. So we really encourage you to use the register online option. Finally, just share your story. That is the most compelling thing that you have, is your story. People are interested in hearing about what's happened in your life. They're interested in hearing about recovery and the hope that we give. They're interested in hearing about programs, especially ones that are free in this economy. That really means a lot to people. So get out there and share your story and tell them about what NAMI has done for you and why you think it's so important to support NAMI.